Hey YouTube, this is Justin with Alternative Drummer. Today I have another video about the Simmons Titan 50 drum set. This is a really cool brand new electronic drum kit from Simmons that's under $500, so it's a really good deal. But what I wanted to show you guys today was something about this kit that I think is really awesome actually, and one of the things that makes it one of the best home recording drum sets that you can buy right now, especially one for under 500 bucks. Now I kind of touched on this a little bit in my review video about this drum set, but I really wanted to get into it in more detail here. And that is the fact that it has audio and MIDI over USB. Now this may seem like something you hear about a lot, but most drum sets, especially in this price range, only have MIDI over USB, which is nice, but having that audio on there as well actually makes a huge difference. And the reason being is, say you want to have a program like Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer 3 or Steven Slate Drums or something like that, a VST program that is going to be making your drum sounds, and you want to be able to control them from the drum set. You can do that with a MIDI connection, yes, but what you can't do unless you have this second connection that this Simmons module has, is hear it through the headphones coming out of your drum module. So what that means is basically this module becomes your audio interface for your computer. And not only does it become an audio interface, it actually is a quite good one because you can get the latency down very low on this particular drum module when you're connected to a computer. Now, to get into the technical details, I can set my buffer at 64, and that is actually the lowest that, basically you're allowed to set it on most computers. That allows you to play drums 100% in real time with the sounds of the VST coming through your headphones from the drum module, and you won't notice any latency whatsoever, and it just works really well. Okay, so if you're using a Windows PC, the way to make this function the best is to first install an ASIO driver. And the best one that you can get for free is the ASIO for All driver. Make sure you go to their official website. There's a lot of fake ones out there, but it's just asioforall.org. And just download and install whatever language that you need here. Now, if you're using a Mac computer, then you won't need to do this at all. You should be able to get a low enough buffer setting just by using the default Mac port audio selection. What I'm gonna show you now is inside of Reaper, the DAW that I'm using. We're just gonna go into our settings. We go here to options, go to preferences. And now you can see under audio system, you wanna select ASIO. And then driver, you want to select ASIO for all. And then under inputs and outputs, you're going to select the Simmons Titan 50. Now, if that doesn't show up, another thing that you might have to do is go in here to ASIO configuration and check this list, the WDM device list, and it might be, your internal sound card might already be selected or something like that. So just unselect whichever one that got automatically selected. And then before you select the Titan 50, change your buffer size. Go down as low as you can. I have mine set to 64. If that's too low and you get glitches, then go a little bit higher, but try not to go above 128. 160, I think, is probably the max you could do before you'll start to notice some latency when you're playing. But like I said, I'm having no issues running this as low as I can get it, and it sounds really good when I'm playing, with the headphones on. All right, we already set up the Titan 50 to be our audio interface, so now what we want to do is connect the Titan 50 via MIDI. So in order to do that, I'll just go into my track 1 where I have Easy Drummer, as you can see right here. And then I'm going to select my input, and here it's already selected, but if it weren't, I would just go down to Input MIDI and then select the Simmons Titan 50, all channels. And there we go. Now the Titan 50 is connected to our computer for audio and for MIDI. All right, so say I wanted to play along to some music. So what you could do then is actually just drag a music track. All right, so I'll just grab one of these and drop it into here. Now when I go back over to the Titan and press play, I can actually hear this music coming through the Titan's headphones as well as the Easy Drummer sounds rather than the sounds on the Titan. Now I also need to show you how to stop hearing the sounds on the Titan. That's really easy. I'll show you that in a bit. Now here is another really cool thing, especially about using Reaper in this setup. Now if we look in Reaper's preferences, if you go all the way down here to Control OSC/Web, you can see you can actually set up a web browser interface. So what this means is I can actually go to that web address on my iPad or my phone, and then I will have a control surface, where I can control Reaper right from my device, which I can put on that tray that's on the Simmons Titan 50. So I don't even have to get up from the drums. So these features combined, you can see why this is so incredibly useful. I mean, for somebody like me, this is actually great because I can control my DAW, I can run plugins, I could do everything and hit record and stop and play and practice and do all that stuff without ever getting up from the drum set, which that is really awesome. This is super easy to configure within the module. All you do is you press setup until you see on the screen, local on, and just press the minus key and turn that to off. Now you won't hear the sounds within the drum module, but you will hear all the sounds coming back from Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer or whatever VST you have going through your DAW will come right through the module, and you can hear it right out of these headphones. Okay, so here I am seated behind the Titan 50, and I have my Reaper remote connected through my iPad, and if I press play here, you should be able to hear that a little bit through the headphones. So yeah, you can see it's coming through, and that's coming out of the headphone jack on the module. And I can play drums, and when I play the drums, you will hear the Easy Drummer sounds and not the sounds from the Simmons kit because I had turned off local control within the module. So there you have it. As you can see, this is just a killer setup for home recording. Have my iPad right here, just running the Reaper remote, and I'm able to hear the Easy Drummer sounds right through the module. Now, there are a few other modules that will do this, like Roland has some modules that will do this type of audio and MIDI connections. However, in order for that to work on a Roland module, you have to use their proprietary driver, and it's actually a lot more of a pain in the butt to get it set up and working. It does work, and I used to do it, but it's a lot more complicated. Just the simplicity of this, being able to use ASIO for all on Windows and on Mac, like I said, you don't have to use anything on Mac. You just plug it in there and it'll just work. And being able to use this as your DAW's audio interface and MIDI interface, totally killer, 100%. It's awesome. Anyway, good job, Simmons. This thing is really cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you all in the next video. Later.